Alright, drone video of a 10-acre tract on the Niangua. If you look on the lower left of the meadow, there's the power line and the power pole with the actual meter and the plug-ins that's directly on the property. So pretty rare opportunity to get a river tract that's just ready to go. The truck is parked on the meadow and we're looking at the Niangua River. If you look across the river, that's the Barclay Conservation Area. So that's directly across from the property. That's over 400 acres of additional land that you have access to. I believe it's open for hunting and recreation with some trails, and there are some excellent, at least one very excellent access spot to the river with a big parking area. If you want to do just a fun little, like a 20-minute float, you can put in your canoe or kayak right there and float right down to the property itself. So now we're headed up with the drone and we're kind of flying backwards, kind of flying easterly toward Marigold Drive. Okay, so panning toward the south, that's the Barclay Conservation Area on the right, and a little bit on the left. It doesn't border the property on the left side of the river, but it does across the river there. Beautiful, beautiful area. The Barclay Spring is across there in the conservation area, and that actually empties into the Niangua River just, I don't know, about 300-400 feet down from the property, which is an excellent place to fish for trout, where that spring empties into the river. So this whole section, this 12-acre section of river, is a white ribbon trout fishing area. So directly from the trout property, you can catch rainbow trout and brown trout, which is pretty amazing. The guys were out there working while we were doing this drone video. You can see the dump truck off to the right there. Okay, now right here the video jumped a little bit. Now we're on the east side, we're up in the air, we're looking west, over the east side of the property and all the way down to the river there. So that's Marigold Drive you see at the bottom of the screen, and we're looking, like I said, westerly over the property. Down toward the left side of the meadow, you can see the red truck, which is parked directly on the property. So, I mean, you'll see some different roads and trails in the drone video. There are trails and roads all over this project. Most of the trails you see, the smaller trails, just happen to be random trails. They're not easements. Look at the map itself that we provide to see the actual road easements on the property. So now we're going to fly westerly directly across the property, and we should end up down at the river in just a few minutes. So Marigold Drive there. Property was logged within about the last year or two, I believe. Certainly not clear cut. This is a fairly early spring drone video. We've got about half the leaves out on the trees. It is the highest on the east side by Marigold. Stays flat for a while, and then it drops down as you get closer to the river, flat in the meadow area, and then one final small drop right down to the river. So that trail you see at the bottom of the screen going straight westerly or whatnot, that's just a random trail. That's not the easement. Okay. And that trail you see on the right going to the top of the screen, that's just where the guys were crossing the meadow. That's not an easement either. Again, just look at the aerial maps and whatnot to see the easements, because now that road, that newer looking road, and the one at the bottom of the screen, those both are easements. One of them will take you to the meadow area, and the other one takes you more toward the middle of the property. So again, there's the truck parked on the meadow. There's the power pole ready to go. And now as we keep looking westerly, it drops down one more time, and then you've got all that river frontage. And we're talking, how much is it? 424 feet of Niangua River frontage, which is pretty insane, especially on this section of this river. Harder and harder to find anything on the named river here in the Ozarks. So to get something not only on the Niangua, but in the white ribbon trout fishing section of the Niangua, jeez, it really doesn't get much better than this. Down around the corner, you've got several resorts. It's just a super, super popular area of river for fishing, for floating, for swimming, kayaking. canoeing and all that good stuff. So there's the conservation area on the right side. Looking down river around the corner, right around the corner is where that spring empties into the river, which I've been told is particularly good for the trout fishing. I think we were seeing how close we could get to the water with the drone here. It's a clear river, generally. After it rains, it might be churned up a little bit, but generally, I mean, it's an extremely clear, beautiful river. And 400 feet of frontage, that's a lot of frontage. My goodness. So multiple building sites. The maps that we have a flood map layer on the MapRight program, and that shows that the meadow where the truck is parked is out of the flood zone, out of the FEMA flood zone, so that's pretty cool. You certainly don't have to build in the meadow, but it is one potential spot that you would have. You might want to build further up to the east and have a sweeping river view, just completely up to you, subject to the setbacks from the roadways. Oh, that's gorgeous. I'm not sure exactly where we are on the frontage, but with 400 feet of frontage, you're going to have a lot of different stuff. You'll have gravel bars, probably sandbars. Really pretty. Oh, it's just gorgeous. So you can fish right from your own shoreline. In my mind, this is pretty much ideal for swimming and for families, because you've got that clear water and kind of a gentle slope as you go in. So when it comes to watching, keeping an eye on the little ones as they swim, I like having that clear water so you can really see what's going on. So now looking upriver. Really pretty unique tract. I mean, we happen to have, I believe there are about 20 tracks at Riverside at the Niangua, and when they're gone, they're gone. There is no other development like this. I wish we had another one, but it took us 15 years to find this one. So if you've been looking for something special, this might be the time to pull the trigger. You can give us a call in the office. You can certainly stop by our office in Springfield, or you can email us at sales@instantacres.com. But really all you have to do to see if the tract is available is go to our website anytime at www.instantacres.com. So now we're looking easterly over the property and up toward Marigold Drive. I think we're going to do one final flyover, maybe just back to the truck here. Gorgeous property, wow. For recreation, to build a cabin or a home, I mean, this is ideal. We've got property covenants in place to protect your investment as far as what you can do on the property, so you can have build your own home or your own cabin. I don't believe there are any permits required here in Dallas County. We've got some simple guidelines to follow as far as 600 square foot concrete foundation and no portable buildings, can't live in an RV or camper or anything like that. So pretty basic stuff. But yeah, check us out at InstantAcres.com. Let us know if you have any questions. We would love to talk to you about this property if it's still available. If not, we'll try to find you something else that's fantastic. InstantAcres.com.